Hey everyone, Mr. Beebe and I are just actually outside our vet clinic. We're just kind of hanging out and waiting to see what's going on with Sebastian. Last night he started to have like really loose, mushy poop, and he's had some issues we've seen that we've been concerned with over the last week or so, and we're not really sure what's going on. He's definitely lost some weight. He does suffer from like sore hocks, and we soak his feet and stuff, but they had gotten really bad in the last couple weeks, and we've been soaking them daily and seeing improvement from that end. But even though we've been fixing that problem, his poops have been progressively getting smaller. He's been a little pickier with what he wants to eat. And then this diarrhea stuff started last night, and this morning was even worse. And he was getting even pickier about his food. So we have come to the emergency vet because it is a Sunday. So far they've done like an overall exam, and the vet said that while his hocks look sore, they don't look like anything else is going on with them because they're healing well. Like, we've done a good job with healing them. Whether the hocks are getting this way because of an internal like bone issue, they don't know yet. They're definitely worried about his weight. He is underweight, but as far as they can tell, like his breathing, his vitals, and everything external, I guess, checks out. He said his teeth look good too, because we were also worried when Sebastian was surrendered to the Humane Society, it was because of large abscesses due to teeth issues. So we were a little worried that maybe part of the reason he was losing weight was because of a tooth issue. So everything looks good from what they can tell. So basically right now we're just waiting. They're going to give him some sub-Q fluids to get him rehydrated, and we're starting with x-rays. They're going to x-ray his whole body just to see if there's something going on with his spine or with his bones around, like up his ankle area, I guess, and his legs, his feet, see if anything else internally is happening. They definitely want to give him antibiotics just to make sure if there is some kind of internal infection, we can treat that. But at this point, we're kind of doing this step, and then we'll take it from there. The next step would be blood work. They're also talking about they would like to keep him overnight just to get him fully like rehydrated and get him on some critical care and stuff. So we're going to see what the x-rays tell us, and then decide whether he stays for more diagnostics and stuff. So that is what's going on with us. So we're back from the vet now. I didn't do any more filming there because it was actually so chaotic in there. So we were at the vet's for a few hours just because of how busy it was, and then because we did choose to have the x-rays done. So basically the x-rays showed that he was in perfect physical condition, which was a little surprising considering the amount of pain he looked like he was in. But it was also really comforting too and reassuring to us because I'm always worried about his teeth. Just like all of our pets, he's on a very like healthy, strict diet, on the diet that rabbits should be on. But with him, I am always worried about his teeth issues coming back because he was surrendered with really bad abscesses due to teeth problems, and teeth problems often reoccur. We've had him for 3.5 years now, and thankfully we've had no issues, and the x-ray confirmed that there's nothing going on that shouldn't be going on in there. His teeth and roots look really, really good. So the other concern, of course, is his feet and what's going on his hocks. And because of some of the things that I've been seeing, like showing some weakness in his back end, and kind of falling over if he like brushes up against something the wrong way. I was so concerned about spinal degeneration or bone diseases or arthritis or any of those things happening along like his leg joints and down his spine. So again, the x-ray didn't show any abnormalities, which is good. I mean, to us, obviously, we're so relieved, but at the same time, we're a little frustrated because we don't know exactly what's causing the issue. We do have the option to do blood work, but our vet didn't want to do it today because Sebastian was already dehydrated and he is underweight. And then because of the stress of the environment that he's in right now and everything, he didn't feel that this was the right time to do it. And he really didn't feel that if he got blood, he would be able to draw enough today that would give us a full panel anyways. To us, while we'd like to know exactly what's happening, the x-ray still gave us a complete look at just a really good overall look of his body to make sure there isn't a mass or something that's causing some issue there. So Sebastian has been given 2 weeks of antibiotics. He's to take them twice a day, but I'm not actually supposed to start them until tomorrow afternoon because as well as the injection of sub-Q fluids, he also got an injection of the same antibiotic. And I guess that's supposed to kind of jumpstart the whole process. The vet felt that that would be a safe course of action, especially because he is underweight. He's more susceptible to infection if he doesn't have one already. And that way too, just in case an infection has come from his wounds like being open on his feet. So if there is an internal infection in his bloodstream or something, then we're obviously battling it with the antibiotics. And then I'm to continue doing the foot soaks and the Pat Safe Polysporin externally too. So we're kind of fighting it internally and externally. So while I've been sitting here with him, I've just mixed up some critical care and I've been feeding him that as well as syringing some water. He did get some sub-Q injected under his skin to get him nice and hydrated. We obviously decided that because we were able to run those diagnostics, that we would take him home instead of leaving him there overnight. And while I've been sitting here, I have been looking at some articles just on sore hocks a little more, and a lot of his symptoms are very common in rabbits because they're not balancing properly or they don't want to put the regular pressure on the backs of their feet. It does cause weakness and stuff, and because they're in pain, like they're obviously sore. I've got Sebastian's recovery pen set up now in our spare room. Sorry about the lighting. It is about 10:30 at night now, so it's dark and I don't have the best light in here. If you guys are knowledgeable on guinea pig housing at all, or have seen my older videos that show our bunny condos, these are just the leftover grids from doing that. They're the storage grids that you can buy from Walmart or Target or a lot of different places. Amazon sells these grids, and I just zip tie them together to make temporary pens. So this one is equivalent to like a 2x3 guinea pig CNC cage. So fits my 2x3 liners perfectly, and I think it's enough space that Sebastian can kind of move around and he has a little bit of space, but it's not enough space for him to get overwhelmed or have to go very far for anything. I've got basically like 2 of everything set up. So I've got 2 dishes of critical care, 2 bowls of water, and I've given him lots of pellets and some vegetables as well. And he's also got a big pile of hay. I wanted to give him lots of different things to encourage him to eat, and hopefully too, because he loves his veggies, those have been washed down really well, so they've got a lot of water content on them. So I'm hoping, you know, between the water bowls and this, that he will stay hydrated. But again, I'll be getting up throughout the night just to check on him. I really didn't want to put too much in the cage that could create obstacles or barriers for him. So I've just got like a cube hidey in the corner here. And then I've also put a more snuggly bed in this opposite corner. The only thing with the bed is that it might be a little too difficult for him to jump into. So that's why that one's a little cozier, but also why I gave him the hidey house so that he can easily just kind of walk into it. Yeah, so fingers crossed that he's feeling a little more himself tomorrow. Okay, so it is about 9:15 right now. Sebastian is right here with me. He's just had his bath for the night. It's just because he's still having a lot of diarrhea and then it gets all caked on him. So what I've been doing is I try to use some baby wipes throughout the day to kind of keep on top of it. Hello, Callie. You're sassy tonight, Sebby. Anyways, I'm trying to use some baby wipes to keep on top of it throughout the day. And then in the evening, I do a really good bum wash just to make sure he's nice and clean. And that's also when I'm switching out the bedding in his little hospital pen. As you can see, he's a little bit feisty today. He did actually try to hop up to see me when I came into the room to check on him earlier. So that was really nice. He was still stumbling around, but it feels like he's acting a little more himself. I'm really hoping that by tomorrow we can get the mushy poop situation under control, especially since we are seeing a lot of improvement. So I want to keep him nice and warm while his bum is drying. So I'm going to switch towels in just a minute because I can feel this one's getting pretty wet. So when I first cleaned him up. And I've got a heating pad actually on my lap. Sebastian loves to be nice and warm. Rabbits do overheat easily, but sometimes when they're ill or their tummy hurts or especially after a bath, they can be susceptible to hypothermia. That's why rabbits are self-cleaners. So unless they're ill or you've been advised by a vet, you should not be bathing your rabbit. Your rabbit is like a cat and will keep itself clean. So anyways, I just want to keep him nice and warm. And Sebby's also been a sun worshiper. Like, he'll actually move with the sun. He loves being nice and toasty. So I figured I've got some rescue work I need to do on the computer right now. So he can sit in my lap, stay nice and warm, and get dried off a little bit before I change his pen and give him his final meds for the evening. Hi guys, good morning. It is Tuesday around 8:30 in the morning. And I think Sebastian is doing a little better. I have to honestly say that we noticed a big difference once we started giving some Pedialyte here and there in his poops. They've, for the most part, stopped being mush, and I mean, they're misshapen and they're small, and there are some that are not like 100%. Those are like clusters of them, but they're not just pure mush. And this morning when I picked him up just to have a little cuddle and give him his antibiotics, he you can feel that his stomach is full. He already feels a lot better, so I think he's actually absorbing the nutrients from his food instead of it just going in one end and immediately out the other. He has been hopping around a little bit more. He's still weak, you can tell that, but I think that he's getting some of his strength back. I also have continued to put the water dish in front of him like every hour. And the last couple times I've done it, he hasn't really wanted to drink. He seems to be getting, he'll have a little bit, but I think he's getting around a little better that he can get it himself. Whereas before, he wasn't moving really much at all unless I positioned him somewhere. That being said, in that case, I am still syringing a little bit of water into him because I do want to make sure he stays hydrated. But yesterday, every time I put the bowl up, he was having a massive drink. So all I can say is that I'm hoping that what we're doing is working and that in a few days we're going to see more improvement from him. Good morning, guys. It is now, it's 7:15. It's Wednesday morning. This whole thing started Saturday night. And last night Sebastian had solid poops all night long. And so what I've actually done, I've noticed he's not eating quite as much. That's probably because he's actually absorbing the nutrients he's eating, I'm guessing. But I just wanted to lift his spirits a little bit now that he's a little bit stronger, feeling a little better. I wanted to make sure Honey got some time with him. Hello, Princess. She's kind of like, I don't understand the point of these grits, Mom, because I can just jump over them. I know, but Sebby's not strong enough to. It works for him, puppies. So I just wanted them to have some time together. I am very sure that Sebby misses Honey, but he hasn't been feeling his best and he's been getting a lot of love from me. So I know that Honey has been missing Sebastian. She definitely has not been herself. So I've been trying to give them time together whenever I can. And I just thought it would be nice this morning, especially since I'm noticing Sebby's not eating quite as much, that I would bring up Honey for some veggies and love. And as you can see now, he's eating quite a bit. I'll just be in the next room, so I will hear Honey if she clears this fence. But I think because all the good food is in here, she'll just hang out with Sebs. I don't know, guys. I still feel like his feet are the issue. So hopefully, since I'm doing foot soaks externally and he's got antibiotics in him internally, if there's an infection from that in his bloodstream or something, then we're tackling it. I mean, the x-rays prove that nothing's happening in his actual bones, so that's good. I just hate not knowing. Good boy, Sebastian. These two have been together for a few hours now. I just found them all snuggled in. I'm so happy. Oh, Sebby's eating some more critical care. Aww. I'm gonna leave Honey in here for as long as I can today. I'm just so glad to see him moving around more with her around and eating a lot. Good girl, Honey. I did just see Sebastian eating a little hay, but of course I picked up the camera and he stopped. My little man. Hi, Honey. Maybe Honey will get him nibbling a little bit. Her feisty spirit. Look at these two. Sebastian is doing pretty good. He's definitely hopping around more. I brought Honey back up a little while ago so that they could eat their veggies together. And then I came to check on them and she's all snuggled up. I just think this is so cute. Oh my goodness. So today I have really good news. Not only are most of Sebastian's poops like 100%, he's just having a few hours like late afternoon that they get pretty mushy again. But mostly they've been good, and we weighed him and he's up 200 grams. So very, very happy to see that he's feeling more himself and putting some weight on. We're definitely keeping the recovery pen up for now, and then we'll just bring Honey up for periods of time every day so that they still get some snuggle time, but Sebby can get the rest he needs. And I think for now I'm going to leave this vlog here. So there will be a part 2 of this so that you can continue to see how Sebastian's progressing. But I am really, really relieved just as more time goes by, as he gets the rest he needs, and we continue to treat and medicate his little feet. We're definitely seeing improvements with him. So hopefully we can get on top of this for him. If there's any infection, then hopefully the antibiotics take care of that completely, and then he can go back to his regular bun life. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget that if you're looking for more immediate updates on any of the fur family, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. The bunnies are at Budget Bunny. We also have a Facebook group called Budget Bunny and Family, so make sure to join that as well. Thanks for watching. Bye!